We watched the Pittsburgh Steelers play the Bengals on Monday night. And the Pittsburgh Steelers dominate that rivalry. That's a very interesting division where you've got the pathetic Browns who know they're pathetic. And then you have the Ravens and the Steelers. They're great. The Bengals are the fake ID. They want into the club, but, we're all like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, Big Ben this week was talking about the Ravens and why playing the Ravens is different than playing the Bengals.
It's kind of fun playing that kind of football game. I mean, it's not fun in the sense that your body hurts, but it's fun in the sense that there's a lot of respect between the two teams. From Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Nada, Suggs, it's two kind of friends going at it in the playground. You battle each other out. At the end of the day, you shake hands and you say, hey, looking forward to next year. It just there's always been that respect there, I think.
Why is that different than Cincinnati, Ben, in your opinion?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he does. Here's the best way I can explain it. If you were moving, let's say every team in the AFC North is a buddy, is a vehicle. You're moving, and you call them and I got to move. I got to move all the way across town. The Pittsburgh Steelers would show up, and they would be a pickup truck. And there'd be room for cabinets, and there'd be room for dressers, and there'd be room for 2 beds. That's what the Pittsburgh, dependable, could help you move cross town, durable, a lot of space. That'd be the Steelers. The Ravens, your buddy the Ravens would show up, and they would have a big SUV. It's not as good a space as the pickup, but it'd be really good. You'd pull those seats down in the back. You could jam in a couple dresser drawers. And then your buddy the Bengals would show up in like a Avis rent-a-car sedan. And you'd be like, where? I mean, I can get some clothes in there. What am I supposed? And then the Browns would show up, but they'd show up in a moped, but they're pathetic, and at least they know they're pathetic. Like the Browns are pathetic. They can't afford anything but a moped, and frankly, the seat's all torn. So maybe you could take a baseball you had in the basement with you in your pocket. But the difference is they know what they are. The Bengals think they're in the club. And they're the kind of guy that when you want to move across town, he brings over a sedan. You can't depend on that guy. He thinks he's got an SUV. He's got a sedan. So at least know who you are. The Bengals are the fake ID of the NFL. They think they're in the club with the Patriots, Seahawks, Packers, Ravens, Steelers, and sometimes because they have this geographic, proximity. Big Ben basically called them out. I don't know why it's not the same facing the Bengals. We all know why it's not the same facing the Bengals. Because the Ravens are step up. The Ravens are a step up, well-run football machine. I was thinking about this morning. You ever seen a movie trailer? And I'm not saying it would be easy to run a movie studio. I'm not saying that. But it wouldn't be impossible. You ever seen a movie trailer? And you watch the movie trailer like King Arthur with Jude Law, and you're like, oh, no, nobody's going to watch that. And nobody does. Or you see Matthew McConaughey is in Free State of Jones, and you're like, well, no, nobody's going to watch that. And they don't. And Matt Damon's got a movie out called Downsizing, and nobody's going to watch that. How do I know that? I'm not somebody that has a background from New York University in movies and cinema. How would I know that Downsizing's going to bomb and that nobody's going to watch King Arthur or Money Monster with George Clooney or Free State of Jones? How do I know that Pixar, Disney, certain movies make it? My point is, folks, I am not saying it is easy to run a movie studio. It is not easy to run a movie studio, but it's not impossible. How do I know that? Because people, dozens and dozens of people have run movie studios successfully for years. Okay, the Cleveland Browns just fired their general manager, Sashi Brown. He was a lawyer, had no business being an NFL GM. He passed on Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson. Even I told you they'd be good NFL players. You don't have to run a movie studio to know Downsizing and King Arthur with Jude Law. They're not going to be good movies. You can just tell it if you're a non-idiot. You don't have to be a genius to be an NFL GM. I'm not saying it's easy. It is hard. It's not as hard as Cleveland makes it. Cleveland plays outdoors in a cold geography. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland. I have been saying this for a decade on the air, and they won't listen. You can't draft a warm weather small quarterback, yet they keep drafting Colt McCoy and Johnny Manziel and Cody Kessler. And I keep saying, Pittsburgh and Baltimore have told you how you can win in this division. 6'5" men that weigh 255 pounds. You're playing outdoors in November and December. There's a reason Pixar, coming-of-age movies, always work. There's a system when you play outdoors in cold weather. Big, strong, experienced quarterbacks who can make plays with their feet, preferably. I mean, it's the Cleveland Browns, and I'm not joking, would have been better off using mock drafts or flipping a coin the last 5 years. I have no pity for Cleveland. This is why I support their coach, Hugh Jackson. He's not the issue. He wanted Deshaun Watson. He wanted Carson Wentz. The Cleveland Browns have made a hard job look impossible. And by the way, they'll do it again. They have the number 1 pick, Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen. Darnold would clearly be a better fit. Bigger, stronger, physical, dad's in plumbing, perfect for that weather, that topography. And he can make plays with his feet. They'd probably draft Josh Rosen. The skinny kid from Manhattan Beach, smart as heck, been injured in college, they'd butcher that. Josh Rosen will play in the NFL, shouldn't play in Cleveland outdoors. I'm not saying running a movie studio or an NFL team is easy, but Cleveland has made it look much harder than it actually is.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.